and welcome to the Whiskey Dan Radio Show, episode 18, Captain Morgan Black Spiced Rum. Not just black, because that'd be weird. Today we got two guests on today, Sam and Pat. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Ooh, Rangers lead the way.
God, Jesus.
God damn, I can't do it.
Just do it. So I haven't actually had. I've had regular Captain Morgan, and I've had it on the show actually. But I haven't had the black spiced rum, and I think I might like it better than the regular shit. It's the same price. Have y'all ever had it before?
I've never even actually had rum before, so this stuff is pretty good. Not gonna lie, it has a nice kick to it.
It's got a take rum and then you have a real oaky charred flavor, and that's kind of what you're getting. It's the same price, and it's right next to Captain Morgan. So if you want to live on the spicy side of life, you can get yourself a bottle of this for like $20.
It's pretty smooth, and you can tell that it's kind of weird to say, but you feel like it's a little bit creamy.
Yeah, I was about to say, I bet it pairs great with eggnog.
Just another drink for me.
Yeah, just
if it's not Bud, the Turner's not sipping.
Yeah. God, so I've had 3 of the Turner brothers on this show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Eli, that's right.
Yeah, Eli was on one, Daniel was on another one, and now you're here. Unfortunately.
Yeah, don't seem happy about that.
Nah, it's whatever. You can just come over and drink my booze. It's fine. It's fine.
You gotta have little Mike over here to complete that.
I know. I need to get the oldest one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we kind of just, they were like, hey, we're on leave. And I was like, oh, well, let's do an episode. And we didn't really have a topic. So we're going to talk about the military.
Damn it.
So, okay, just how, but I want to do it kind of unorthodox. Like, no, so what's your job? No, nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody gives a fuck. We want to know how much time you get for leave, how much poon you get a crush.
No.
Which is none.
None.
How much of your poon gets crushed.
B squad.
And then how much... yeah, seriously, how much time do y'all get for leave, on the holiday?
You get, every month you save up... Every month you save up about 2.5 leave days per month.
Okay.
So you equal it up to about 30 days.
But when it's a regular job, it turns into more but you're off on the weekends usually anyway, right?
Yeah.
So it's like your vacation time just gets built up over time.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's like any other job. 2.5. I'm trying to think.
Well, when you factor in the actual paid time off, like the 2.5 or the 30 days a year,
Yeah.
and then you take into consideration you have every weekend off, and then
You get a sizable amount of
for
time
holidays you get days off as well. You get 72s, 96s, which is in conjunction with your weekend. So it's actually a pretty considerable time amount off.
Oh, okay.
To be able to go and do what you want.
What if we got attacked right now? Because everybody's using that leave right now.
So your company commander. So it'd probably start at the top. Commandant issues a recall, and then it just goes down the chain of command until our company commanders are like, "Get your asses back." And I think we'd either have to find a flight, or we could probably go to the local recruiting station, and they could probably find us a flight, and then we have to go back.
For a shuttle or something. Yeah.
Pack, and then ship off, I guess.
Dude, that'd fucking suck if all of a sudden, because with all that shit that happened with Iran, how they attacked the embassy over there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the Iranians attacked the American embassy in Iraq. And then now they're sending over a bunch of guys or something. And they're like, oh, we need y'all's fucking company to get the hell over here. That would fucking blow.
It's pretty funny, actually, because me and Pat, we're going to Dubai next year.
Yeah.
And so, Ryan, I don't know if his unit is, but my unit, we're on QRF, which is Quick Reaction Force. So, say if I did get that call, I'd have to be back in a day.
Damn.
Yeah.
That fucking blows. And then, so you do motor T, right? Pat?
I'm motor T.
Sam does motor T in...
Tank mechanic.
Well, that's still motors.
Yeah. Yeah,
in a tank.
Just a $500,000 engine.
It's a jet engine compared to a diesel engine. So.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was crazy how they actually use a jet engine for propulsion.
It's pretty insane. So for those of you guys who don't really know how turbine engines work,
please explain.
Yes. So spinny, vroom, vroom.
So wait, does it like use like air power to kind of push it?
Yeah, so, okay, yeah. So it starts up, and there's a whole bunch of high pressure and low pressure compressors.
Okay.
So it starts out, and it has right where the opening is your stator, and it's just a normal stator blade, and behind that you have your inlet guide vanes, which change direction to allow a certain direction of airflow into the rest of the compressors, so you can get the right amount of airflow in the right direction to get maximum efficiency in the engine.
Oh, wow.
And then it goes through every other fan is stationary. So you have one that rotates, and then you have one that is stationary. One that rotates, one that's stationary. So it's forcing all this air through, and it starts off with these really big fans, and then
they get, like,
it
smaller
gets
and
pushed
smaller to
through
the tail
higher
end
and
of-
higher
yeah.
pressure, higher and higher pressure, and then it gets smaller till it's hot enough for the air to be able to combust when it hits the fuel.
That's so cool how they developed that, and you can fucking fly. Don't those tanks go like 40 miles an hour?
Yeah, that's 70 tons of
That's ridiculous.
going fucking 40 miles an hour.
That's like people like think like, oh, 40, that's not that fast, but considering like what you're in, that's insane. I would not want to be on the receiving end of one of those things.
Well, like, so usually the RPMs that you run it at, you know, you're like, okay, that's kind of like a jet engine.
Yeah.
It sounds like a jet engine. It has the nice little whirl,
Yeah.
and it's pretty fucking loud and hot. But there was one where we were troubleshooting the engine itself, and we had one of the civilians come over, and they cranked it all the way max power, and you're like, that's a jet engine. That's a fucking jet engine.
This thing's just about to fly off like a fucking runway. Jesus Christ. So I bet in Motor T you see a lot of crazy shit. Like, shit just like, how the fuck did you get this to happen?
Yeah, so most of our operators kind of they suck.
Why
Massive
is that every time I hear like about an operator, it's always like, yo, those guys are fucking retards.
Because all they know is how to drive the truck.
Not
even good either. Like, they fucking suck.
And aren't like operators usually like the guys that didn't do that great on the ASFAB?
That's
But
exactly what it is.
it's like all right, you're like a notch above just straight infantry. Like, we're gonna let you drive this Jeep, and then those guys are gonna fix anytime you break it.
It's literally what tankers are called.
Yeah.
Tankers are called, they're basically just grunts 2.0, but they don't do any grunt shit. They're just retarded.
Oh god! But you said you didn't have to PT very much. Oh yeah, by the way, I have birds now, so if you hear some chatter in the background, it's just Pavarti and Beans. That's the name of the birds. Pavarti and Beans. But anyway,
we're a fan of the beans one.
I like that because it's like I played a shitload of Outer Worlds when it came out, which is an RPG game. It's a lot like Fallout, but it's in space. And it's
I've
a
seen
lot of fun.
people play it.
It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And if you ever get the chance to, like on leave or something, if you want to play it, I would highly. I think it's on Game Pass right now for Xbox.
Yeah. Game Pass is actually not bad for how much it costs.
Yeah.
You get plenty of stuff.
Pretty sure my brother has it, and he like loves it. He's like, dude, just get an Xbox One. I'm like, I have a PC, and I play like the same 4 games. I'm not about to I'm not going to spend $250 on another console.
Yeah, because it's not even like you're buying a new game.
Yeah,
You gotta
you're
buy the
renting
console, then you gotta buy a controller, and you have to do all this stupid ass shit. So if you're not a console gamer, you can't really be a console gamer. And
If you're
PC
a
gamer.
console, if you play on console and you call yourself a gamer, you're a fucking liar. First of all,
You're like, all I play is Halo and Call of Duty. I'm a gamer, dude.
God no, fucking MLG. I miss MLG memes.
You know, I was looking on Reddit, and they were doing the last MLG memes of the decade.
Yeah.
And it was just a whole bunch of bullshit in it. You got your fucking Doritos, your intervention quick scope and shit, your phase clan tags.
Sonic. I miss those. Those were good. Oh well. At any rate, man, this stuff is really good. But trying to think here about the about being back to the gaming, I guess, in regards to Outer Worlds, one of the characters in there she's like a main companion you can have in the game. Her name is Pavardi, and she's like a really cool character. And I was like, that's a cool ass fucking name. I was like, if I get a pet, I'm gonna name it that. And then I was like, what am I gonna name the other one? I was like, fuck it, Beans.
Bushes baked.
I love Beans. Yeah, Beans is the blue parakeet, and Pavardi is the green one. So, and from what because they're really young, but I believe I got a male and a female. So. Oh well, they're just chilling. I like having them. But at any rate, so what's SoCal like, bruh? Like, are you like Shaw, bruh, surfer dude? You wanna get some chicks and just go cruising?
All right, so the first time we actually took a trip out to SoCal when I finally got my truck, and we decided to go out there and go surfing. And it was me and my best friend at 2-9, who's coincidentally is also named Sam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fuck Sam, my God.
And yeah, good thing I don't have to fucking deal with that guy anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, good thing he's in the goddamn Marine Corps.
Oh.
Fuck him.
Wait.
Anyway, so we actually head down there, and it's a pretty good deal up in Oceanside for because Sam was telling me, you could go get a board and you could go get a wetsuit, and it'll be like $20 for 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Which is a great deal, considering how much a board and wetsuit actually costs.
Oh yeah, that's several $100s.
So we go surfing. We do little waves. We try not to get in the locals' way, so they don't, shoot us.
Yeah, get off fucking.
Get off my wave, dude.
Yeah. Bro, like,
what's your issue?
I'm trying to get tubular here.
You fucking suck, dude. So we're trying to rip waves. It's hard as fuck. You're getting raped by the ocean waves nonstop. You try to get on your board, and it just like, oh nope, and you just crash and tumble into the water. And so after like 2 hours of attempting and shit, my buddy fucking yells, like, oh, what the fuck, dude? And I run over, and this motherfucker gets fucking stung by a stingray. Fucking
Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
what's his name? The Aussie. Crikey,
Steve Irwin?
Yeah, he got stung Steve Irwin style.
Yeah, dang old stone cold Steve Irwin.
Yeah. He said that was the worst pain he's ever felt in his life.
Dude, I had a friend of mine, she got stung by a jellyfish in Galveston this summer.
That's horrible.
Yeah. And like the toxins like stay in your skin for like a couple days, so it just like keeps stinging.
You pee on it? I
didn't pee on it.
Daniel and Elijah, they both got stung when we went to Mexico as a family. They both got stung in Mexico. Elijah got stung twice, actually, I think. Yeah,
damn. I'd get the fuck out the water after the first one. Like, how dumb are you to where it's like, nah, they're not here anymore. I'm gonna go hop back in the water. Southern California is cool. I've had so many people on this show that are like, yeah, dude, like I used to live in California, and then like we wind up talking about California for way too fucking long.
It's
like,
a pretty cool place.
Like it's a cool place, but it is way too fucking. It's like they're really proud of it. Like like Texas, like people from here are like. I love how like every other state's like, keep Alabama beautiful and like, please don't litter in Mississippi, and then it's like, don't mess with Texas. It's like it's like, all right, I guess I won't fucking whatever. I just think that's hilarious.
Fucking don't tread on me, bitch.
Yeah, it's just like that persona is like so much in this state, and like we're really proud of it. What I think is hilarious is like you go to California and like everybody, like the stereotypes of like they hate like the United States and like they're a bunch of like commie liberals or whatever, but they're really fucking proud of like California, and it's like California's a fucking dumpster fire.
I don't know what they're proud of, honestly. I mean, the only reason I like California is because of the beaches and the weather. There's literally nothing else about that fucking state.
I love it. It's like, well, people are just someone more like open-minded. Like, no, they're fucking not. You can't be like, I work hard for what I do. I should deserve the money that I get. Like, no, you don't. You're white. You don't deserve anything, you colonizer. Like, all right, we don't have anything to discuss. Fucking like, you're white too. I hate that.
I think it's honestly the opposite of the spectrum. Instead of people thinking that they care so much, I just don't think they give a fuck.
Well,
They're like, you do whatever you want, honey.
Yeah.
Just don't fucking interfere with my life.
Well, but like, I love how it's like, the people over here, a lot of, like, well, maybe we should have a secure border. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, then the people in California are like, well, you don't give a shit about those people. It's like, we don't have the money. We don't have the money to give a shit. And no, I don't give a shit. It's not my problem that their country's a shithole because the United States made it that way. It's true. I'm just saying, back in the 50s and stuff when like all those like Central American countries like had like elections and the people over there or down there elected like left-wing governments like communists and stuff because like they spoke for the people. The United States is like, yeah, we can't have communists over here. We got to do something about that. So we would kill
Mr. McCarthy.
Yeah. So we would kill them and then put in some like fascist dictator who was like U.S. friendly. Also, we can get bananas for super fucking cheap. I'm serious. This happened in Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, like all those Central American countries. Like we did that, and now those countries are a shithole.
We are the entire reason that South America is an absolute shithole.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's horrible.
Well, like it's either something like that or the fact that like we love doing cocaine up here, and then like, well, y'all, we're the one who's fucking demanding it. They're gonna supply. It's like they keep burning down villages and raping women for cocaine, and so they can protect their cocaine. It's like, people in New York and California want cocaine, so.
We've got on this menu in Cafe in Colombia. You see, we've got here bread, water, and cocaine. That's all their economy is. It's
fucking
cocaine.
true. It's fucking like, God, it's disgusting. Like, and then it's all because like we in the first rule. Well, I want it. I don't give a shit how much they're suffering. I want it now.
Give me my fucking cocaine.
Yeah, like or like give my fucking Nikes for $300. Even though I live in a lower middle class, lower middle class urban environment, and I'm a minority, and I don't even have $300. I want my Nikes.
Mom, how am I supposed to flex on my sneakerhead bros without my LeBron taxis?
God, sneakerheads are like the fucking like. Okay, I have a lot of hobbies, and I spend my money on dumb shit. I like this show, but being a sneakerhead is like the stupidest thing you can spend your money on. Like you're never gonna get your money back out of that. Like all it is like that instant gratification. I bought something shiny. Like at least if you buy jewelry, there's like a value to it because of the metal. Unless it's like coated or plated, then it's worthless. But like if you buy like a diamond ring with like a like a 12 karat like gold ring, and you got a couple big stones on it, like that's worth something as it sits. Like in 20 years from now, like do you really think that like more than 20% of the population is going to agree that a pair of Air Force Ones in mint condition are really worth anything?
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Exactly. It's like, well, they don't got no creases. I don't give a fuck. It's not food.
It's not a sustainable fucking trade system.
No.
I don't think it is.
I just think sneakerheads are fucking stupid. Like, if you're a sneakerhead, you can fucking fight me. Like, you can write an angry letter, send it to whiskydanradio@gmail.com.
And all the producers and editors are going behind the scenes like, fucking shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
Jake. Shut the fuck up. You're going to lose our sneakerhead
There's
fan
been
base.
so many times, like, I've done this show, and then, like, as I'm editing it, like, the day after, like, later, like, after I've kind of sobered up, and I just, like, listened to what I've said, and I've thought, maybe I shouldn't put that out there. Fuck it, it's too late now. That's usually how it happens, which I'm fine with. But
Well, I don't think anyone wants... No one is like, man, this Whiskey Dan radio show, I expect Dan to be cordial and professional. He's totally not going to be how he normally is.
No, not at all. Oh, well. But Happy New Year, everybody. It is now 2020.
New fucking decade.
New fucking decade. You know what I did on New Year's Day? I shat 3 times. That was a way to ring in the decade.
What'd you eat?
No, okay. Actually, part of it was that I've been out of town for a while. For all the lovely listeners out there, I've been out of town for a while, and then I still was able to take a dump while I was on vacation, but it wasn't like a full one. So, like, it was like a post-vacation, like, hey, you're home and you can relax now kind of dump. That was the first one. Second one was because I drank way too much coffee, and I guess there was some residual. And the third was because I ate a bunch of old Earl Campbell sausages and, like, chips and salsa.
Dude.
And I was just like, what am I doing? And that was the third one. So, I got to watch the Winter Classic, which is the outdoor hockey game.
Oh.
Which is pretty cool. Like, I watched it on TV. I wasn't at the game because they had it in the Cotton Bowl. Fuck you, man. Hockey's cool. And we are
fucking go back to Victoria's land, dude.
And we are in the NFL playoffs. Congratulations if your team made it.
Patriots. As the only person at this table without a team going into the playoffs, who do you want to win?
Who would I like? I'd like to see the Titans go real deep. I'd like to see
first round loss.
For real.
Yeah, well, if they that'd be cool if they beat the Patriots in a wild card round, because then like everybody on sports radio, is this the end of Brady? Are we singing it now? You've been saying that for 10 years. Stop it.
Skip and Shannon. Will Brady finally sign to the Cowboys?
Oh my dude, what if he did? Like what if they like kept Jason Garrett, but they got like Tom Brady?
Gee, I would not be a Tom Brady fan anymore.
You're like, you know what? Fuck you, Tom.
If that motherfucker doesn't retire as a Patriot, he obviously has been lying to himself for the last 20 years.
Yeah. But I'd like to see the Titans do well. I would be okay if the 49ers or the Saints won out of the NFC, and then after the AFC, I'd like to see either the Titans or the Ravens. Because I as a Texan, I think it'd be great if the Texans won. But one, they're playing against the Bills, and I think it'd be great if the Bills are playing for like an AFC title and like lost or something, or if they got to the Super Bowl and they lost for a fifth time.
0-5.
Yeah, 0-5. But like I've watched the Texans for long enough to where like the Cowboys, they just cannot get out of the divisional round regardless of how good they play. See, as a Giants fan, I had no hope going into this season, so I wasn't disappointed nor surprised.
You didn't trust Daniel Jones?
I really like Daniel Jones. I didn't trust a lot of other things around him, namely the coaching.
Oh. Never mind. I thought you guys just got someone. I thought I saw something in the tabloid that you guys got a new coach or some shit.
No, they're talking.
Or they fired some person.
Yeah, they fired Pat Shurmur, who was the head coach.
Yeah,
Monday, like the day after. And then they're talking to the Cowboys wide receiver coach to be the head coach of the Giants.
Really?
Yeah. Which, granted, wide receiving squad out of Dallas is really good. I would argue that the receivers' talent is higher than Dak Prescott's talent. The reason why they're not making completions is because Dak overthrows them by 5 yards.
I agree. 100%.
But would a wide receiver coach be able to transition into a head coach
100%,
role?
yes.
Oh yeah,
Really?
absolutely. Well, like a lot of head coaches were special teams coordinator, defensive coordinator, play caller, wide receiver coach,
and a lot of head
coach.
coaches also,
Fucking suck.
turn out to be horrible and get fired.
I want him to get Ron Rivera, the coach of the Panthers, who got
Yes.
fired halfway through the season.
He's with the Redskins now.
I know.
With Tony Del Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. The Redskins are still going to suck because of the Redskins.
The Redskins are going to be cold next year.
Yeah, we'll fucking.
What? The Cowboys are going to... mark my words, next year the Cowboys are going to be at the bottom of the division.
Oh, my God, dude, don't.
Oh, they're getting a new head coach, man.
Dude, like if they sound like Jason Garrett for like 2 more, they're for all the lovely listeners that don't listen to sports or watch it, you fucking should. But Jason Garrett, who's been the coach of the Cowboys for 9 years, has gone to the playoffs 3 times and has won 4 playoff games.
Which is shit.
Yeah,
Horrible.
which is terrible for all the talent that Dallas has. But at the same time, who would you even replace him with? Like, is there anybody that's actually
Mike McCarthy.
Think so? Think they can get him?
No, they won't get him because he ain't gonna take shit from the Cowboys owner.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't. Well, that's why like every Cowboys coach has like left shortly thereafter because they can't get along with Jerry Jones, the owner.
He just needs to leave.
I try not to turn this show into a sports show because not everybody listens to sports, but oh well.
We've kind of been ringing around the Rosie topic so far. So.
Yeah. Trying to think. So, Sam, when you because all of your vehicles broke down right before you joined the Corps, right? Because okay, so here's some backstory. Myself, Patrick, and another guy, Robbie, all lived together, and we had a 2-bedroom apartment, and like Patrick's just living in the living room for the time being because he's about to join the Corps. Then Sam was like, "Hey guys, my car broke down and my parents sold the house. I'm just gonna stay here for a couple weeks." And I was like, "All right, Sam, that's fine." So it was the 4 of us living in this tiny ass shithole 2-bedroom apartment where the windows faced a fucking breezeway. They didn't even face outside. It was terrible. It's like living in a cave. There was just 4 dudes. It smelled just like cum all the time in the living room. It was terrible.
Sorry about that.
But the cool thing about it was the cool thing about it was is that like there was always something going on. But Sam didn't have a car. So how do you get around now?
Patrick.
You haven't bought a vehicle?
Well, I mean, I have a vehicle in Cali. But
Oh, okay. What do you got?
here, I have 3 broken down vehicles. But in Cali, I have a 1995 Blazer.
That's pretty fucking cool. Is that still the full size half ton?
No.
Oh, it's a little quarter ton model.
Yeah.
I had to get you around.
Yeah.
The quarter tons are better.
Does the 4-wheel drive work?
Yeah.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
I wish my Ranger had 4-wheel drive. Well, I say that until I have to work on it, and then when I'm looking at the repair manual, it's remove the 4-wheel drive, whatever. It's don't have to do that.
New transfer case.
Yeah. Well, honestly, being a 2000, the transfer case probably fucked by this point anyway. But oh well.
The way you drive it, yeah.
That's how my little F-150 is right now.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't drive.
Isn't the whole rear axle just fucked?
No, I looked into it actually a couple of days after I got home, and yeah, it's the T-case.
Ooh.
It's completely fucked.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's $200.
Yeah, but
Fix.
it's $200 to fix it, but you got to crawl up under there and
Yeah.
do it. And it's heavy. And
Well, it's lifted. It has a 2-inch body lift and then an 11.
what are you, Mexican?
Yeah.
I remember you saying God's how come only Mexicans do a body lift because it's way cheaper and it looks the same. And then you're of course I bought this car from a Mexican, so it's got a fucking body lift on it. Truck was that truck was unnecessarily loud for a V6.
Oh, it's because the exhaust is cut in half right behind the cab.
I love it how now on diesel trucks they have to put diesel exhaust fluid on, and people are nah, I'm just gonna delete that motherfucker. I don't want that shit. And it's hey man, you can't pass that inspection. I'm I got old John Ray Billy Bob boy. He gonna get me fixed up with it. It's how did you get $60,000 together to even buy a diesel? I work in the oil field, man. Yo, jeez, you fucking methed out asshole. God. Part of me wishes I could just be fuck it, I'm just going to go live in a tent in West Texas and make $150,000 a year.
It's not a bad way to live.
Oh God. Well, because I love how it's pipeliners, they make this amount of money, but they got to spend this amount of money. It's yeah, because you want to live like you're living at home, dude. If you and 5 dudes get a 1-bedroom hotel, y'all could live like kings when you get back.
God damn.
There's so many drugs in the pipeline game, though.
Yeah. You want a 20-piece McChicken, chicken nuggets right here? Yeah, it's gonna run you about $30, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Nope.
a number 1 at Whataburger out there is $14.
Oh my God.
Well, that's what Outlaw was telling me when he was on the show, was how it's in those towns where it's pipelining, where you could literally be a pipeliner and live at home. Those minimum wage jobs here where you make $7-8 an hour, you'd be making $15 out there to entice people to work those jobs because nobody wants to do it. Why would you do that when you could make $120,000 just by being a welder's helper?
Yeah.
I mean, you're working 70 hours a week, but you're making $120,000 a year.
You don't really go out there to not work and make money.
Yeah.
You don't go out there to be yeah, I'm just going to skate and I'm just going to sit in the truck.
Yeah.
Unless you're an inspector,
Or a straw boss.
Yeah.
Just tell everybody what to do.
Making $1,000 a day, sitting out in your truck that looks like they're doing it right.
Yeah.
Daniel was an inspector for a little bit, and then he got fired.
I guess he didn't inspect.
Nope.
Piss poor inspections.
Yeah.
Yeah, you passed. All right.
Man, that dang thing blew up about 4 miles down there. Who the fuck inspected that?
It's just scribbles on this signature. Caveman writing.
Oh shit, this Cap Morgan's good.
Yeah, it is.
I really can't we're just drinking it with a fat ass ice cube in it. Like I said, it'd probably go great with eggnog or something kind of creamy. Or I guess if you wanted to, you could put like Coca-Cola in it.
Baileys.
Ooh. I don't know if I don't do that.
Mixed liquor.
I'm not the biggest fan of Baileys.
Really?
No, I'm not.
What don't you like about it?
I don't like creamy stuff like that. I don't like creamer in my coffee or anything. It's like,
But you put like milk in your coffee.
no, I don't.
You drink milk.
I drink almond milk.
That's not creamy?
Not really. It's
Oh.
like dirt water.
You're weird.
Yeah. Well, I can't drink milk. So.
Well, yeah, you could probably drink goat's milk though.
Mm.
It's just
I like goat cheese.
well, yeah. If you can eat goat cheese, you're probably gonna be able to eat things that are more healthy than fucking the shit you buy at the store for 99 cents.
Yeah, that's fair. But I don't know. I'm just like, I like my liquors to hurt me when I drink them, and Bailey's doesn't hurt me.
Yeah, but it has a little bit of a kick, but it warms you up still the same.
Yeah, but you could just put a shot of whiskey in your coffee.
Yeah, but
Which I would. Let me tell you,
yeah.
Like, let me tell you, like, when it's your day off, like, if it's your day off, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna like Saturday morning, like you're getting ready for some college bowl games, man. You make that pot of coffee, you get your coffee cup, you pour like a shot of Johnny Walker in that. It's gonna be a good day.
But I just want to sip and I just want to ride it at the line.
like one shot in your cup of coffee. It's not gonna
do anything a whole lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you'll feel it.
Do it as soon as you wake up. You have no food in your stomach.
Yeah, or
That's
just oatmeal.
That's the worst. New Year's Eve, Sam and I ate so much food. We did like 7 Jaeger bombs back to back within the span of an hour.
That's impressive.
And then spent the next, the rest of the night sipping and sampling like 4 or 5 different kinds of moonshine. I had a whole fucking mason jar of apple cider moonshine to myself.
Damn.
And I never got tipsy.
Yeah, because you ate so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like, I don't know what Patrick had, but I had like probably 6 chicken wings to myself.
Nice.
I made a couple chicken sandwiches. Shout out to Wayne because that motherfucker can cook.
Make a badass chicken sandwich. Mm. So while I was in South Carolina, and while I was there was for a wedding, which had no bullshit, 200 people at this wedding. And I kind of heard from some of the people that helped pay for it, $30,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. Let me tell you, though, it was one hell of a party.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was one hell of a party. All that being said, if I have a daughter, I hope that she doesn't ask for a $30,000
She's
wedding.
not getting shit.
Yeah.
She's getting a backyard wedding with some fucking
Old Milwaukee.
tulips that are picked directly from behind the garage.
Nice. But while I was in South Carolina, we went to a distillery. It's called Sugar Tit Distillery, and it's in Sugar Tit, South Carolina. It's like I think it's a little bit east of Greenville, South Carolina. And while we were there, I got to sample what they make. And I'm telling you, that whole operation was not much bigger than this apartment. It was an old drugstore from like the 1850s that they renovated to make into a distillery. And the guy who owned it was called Doc Leonard. And that's what they made one of the moonshines after him. It's Doc Leonard 1857, which is an upcoming episode. Anyway, so they had all set it up, and then like it was 4 of us, and my aunt paid for the tasting. Like you could sample every kind that they had. And I thought being such a small operation, they would have like 3 or 4, because it was only $5 for the little tasting. No. These motherfuckers had 14 different types of moonshine. It's really just corn whiskey. It's just clear corn whiskey, but it's called moonshine. That's like the fancy name for it. But because they made it at night because it was illegal back then. Well, now it's not. You can make it. You and I, all 3 of us could make our own, whether it be a spirit or whether it be a beer, whatever, mead, wine. We could make that. We just can't sell it. You have to have a license to sell it. You don't have to have a license to make it. But you can kill yourself if you do it wrong.
Make it the wrong way. You're going to be drinking pure alcohol.
But at any rate, so we were we sampled it, and they give you like a little communion cup where they would pour like the wine or the grape juice in those little plastic cups. But after they filled it up 14 times in 10 minutes, you've had 4 shots. Yeah. So you're pretty. I think it was the equivalent like 2.5, 3 shots, maybe not quite 4, but it was enough to where I'm like, fucking Christ. And it was really good. And I bought 3 bottles of liquor, and it was like $120.
That's how they get you.
I know. Well, all of them were good. They were all good. So yeah, that's the next 3 episodes. We're gonna do a little Sugar Tint mini series coming up.
Lucky bastards.
Yeah. Well, I was in North Carolina one time, and kind of on the same topic is we were near Charlottesville, or Charlotte rather, and we went to this vinegar shop. Where they made their own vinegar, and like
so niche.
It was just
It's very
it was like
niche.
100 different barrels of different types of vinegar.
I thought there was like 3.
like balsamic vinegar type stuff.
Okay.
And you go through and you're like, oh, here's a pear one. Oh, here's a 58-year-old aged vinegar. Here's
You just
here's
drink it?
apricot. Here's peach. Yeah, and you do your little shots, and you taste them, and hands down, best vinegar you will ever have in your life. You'll want to like drink it.
Is there good vinegar?
Yeah, it's not like the white vinegar or apple cider vinegar that you get from the store.
That's usually like cleaning shit.
Yeah, it's like what you put on your salad, or like you can put it on whatever you want. But
Dude, I
you
bet
could,
that makes great marinade.
dude, you could drink that shit straight from the bottle. It's so
that's
fucking
the
good.
fucking tits.
Yeah, but I've never thought people made their own vinegar.
Like I can understand making your own vinegar, but not making like 50 different types of it. That's a bit excess.
Yeah. You know what we're going to make today? We're going to make plastic flavored vinegar.
Yeah, fuck it. We're going to put some old Tupperware in this bitch.
It's going to taste amazing.
But all that being said, if you are in the area, check out Sugar Tit Distillery. It's almost worth the 14-hour drive.
Woo!
Yeah, that was a fucking beast. The good thing was we were in a town car, like a Lincoln town car. So
Yeah.
so honestly, it was like riding on a couch the entire way, but still you're still in a car for 14 hours. Not as bad as a drive to California, but
Yeah, fuck that.
it still wasn't good. Like 6 out of 10. Like I'll do it again because it's cheaper than flying. But oh well. Honestly, I think that more people should support local breweries and distilleries. Problem is, I don't think we have any distilleries around here, and all the breweries around here, their beers. I have had one on here before.
There's like True Vine.
There's True Vine in East Texas.
Okay, yeah. Downtown.
Those are the 2 that are in Tyler.
Yeah.
I think there might be one in Longview, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Robbie and I went to it actually.
Oh,
And
is it like the oil can?
Yeah,
some
the
shit.
oil. Yeah, some shit like that.
Fuck.
And then they had like 4 different beers, and it was honestly pretty good. Pretty good prices. Probably like $5 or $4 for a beer,
Which isn't bad for like craft
isn't
beer.
bad,
You
yeah.
get like a 12 or 16 ounce cup or something. Yeah. I really like that. So y'all got absolutely hammered on New Year's Eve?
We were completely sober. Like this is how much. That's how much alcohol we had, and I didn't get even tipsy.
Just because y'all ate so much?
I
Yeah.
got a little buzz, but that's about it.
Yeah, because we like just got back like that night, and I went out and had 1 shot and 1 beer with 2 friends of mine, and that was it. This is the first New Year's that I woke up and was not hungover in a long time. I guess one time I drank an entire 12-pack of Old Milwaukee by myself. Like I didn't eat since like 1 o'clock that day, and I didn't drink any water. So just 12 beers. I woke up with the worst hangover I ever had.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I usually don't get hangovers, and this is like without me drinking water,
Yeah.
which is kind of odd. I think I just know like when it's time to call it quits.
See, like I know it's time to call it quits, but like when I feel that feeling, it's like my body's telling me not be a little bitch, and I'm like, I'm in control, motherfucker.
I feel you there, 100%.
But I'm usually like before the show. That's why I drink so much water, because like I know I'm gonna have a couple. You know, like I don't want to be like feeling like shit afterwards. But oh well, whatever.
We going out afterwards anyway. Pre-gaming.
Yeah, pre-gaming with hard liquor. Damn. Oh my god! So I met my great uncle at this wedding. I want to tell
On whose side?
Dad's side.
Oh yeah.
So you know where this is going. For all my lovely listeners out there, I met my great uncle. He fought in Vietnam. He was in the Navy, Fought in Vietnam. He was in the Navy for like 23 years.
Fuck yeah.
He's got a Bronze Star and a Purple Heart. Does not talk about it. He was on a PT boat. So he was like in the Mekong River Delta, like on those little boats, like blowing up villages, trying to find the VC and shit. Doesn't talk about it. This guy is 84 years old. He lives in the part of Virginia that's not the rest of Virginia. It's the part that's like below Delaware, like on the other side of the Chesapeake Bay. There's like two little counties. You have to like either take a ferry or a bridge to get there, or drive like over through Maryland to Delaware and then down. So he lives over there, and this dude is fucking hilarious. He's just a great guy to be around. Also, total alcoholic.
Hell yeah.
Absolute alcohol. Like 84 years old, drinks like a fish. You wouldn't fucking know it. Because I had spent most of the wedding day like around him, and he had been drinking hard liquor the whole fucking day, and it didn't make a damn bit of difference. Like this dude was just like it was crazy because like he had a coffee cup and he finished his coffee, and he was like, "Hey," pointing to my dad, like, "Would you mind grabbing some of that and put it in here?" And there's this giant thing of Bacardi, and he just like fills it up. And he's like, "I'm 84. I should be entitled to do what I want." And then like he just like gets in the car and his wife drives him away.
Oh my god!
Like this dude was just drinking straight Bacardi. It was like 11:30, like that morning, and he was just like, "No, finished my coffee. Time to drink."
How else are you gonna get past your PTSD?
That's honestly, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's a lot of like undoctored PTSD that's just been drowned out with alcohol. But he's still really, really smart because like a lot of times you be like a drunk and they like can't make a coherent sentence.
Yeah,
he was like crazy smart. And I don't know, it was really cool to talk to him. And then he, the funniest thing that he said was one of my uncles had asked him like, "Hey, are you, how late are y'all staying after? Like, y'all staying for an extra day or two after the wedding?" He's like, "Well, we're gonna stay an extra day, but my wife's getting horny, so we better get back to the house."
Fuck yeah!
Hell yeah.
That's my kind of man.
84-year-old
Yeah.
man. Hell yeah.
He's in great shape because being on the Chesapeake Bay, he was always like in a rowboat, like a kayak and shit. So he'd just be out there rowing all the time, like checking his nets for fishing and all that shit. So he stayed really, really active. So
That's a great area. The Chesapeake Bay is awesome if you ever want to check it out.
It's great for boating and fishing because like the waters are super calm. There's a fuckload of fish out there.
Did you ever go? Did you drive through the underwater bridge?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
It's
I haven't been
pretty
up
trippy.
there. Yeah,
it's pretty trippy.
I think we're planning on going up there this summer.
Okay.
So, I'm looking forward to that. But I want to plan a trip to Washington, like Washington State. But if I go, I want to drive there because like so that way you can see. We would break it up over like 3 days. Like because I want to like see all the stuff that's between here because like flying is cool like if you're just trying to like I just need to fucking get there like when y'all were coming here for leave like I'm not fucking driving 24 hours like fuck that shit.
Driving by yourself is expensive too.
Yeah, because you have to stop and stay and everything. So like when you're flying, like I just need to get there. Like you can just hop on a plane and get here in a couple hours. But if you're wanting to like explore that area, I always feel like it's best to drive so you kind of can see like how everything changes, how you get there. Like each town is like a little different than the other one.
Yeah.
So like the further out you go from where you're used to. What's crazy is if you're in Texas, like especially East Texas, and you like if you're east of Dallas and you drive, you can go all the way to the coast of South Carolina and it's going to look exactly the fucking same. Like, it's just trees and rivers and trees and rivers. That's all it fucking is. Welcome to the South.
Yeah, for real.
The only thing, well, I will say that Louisiana is different. It's very flat. Like, Louisiana is very flat, full of cotton.
Texas is fucking flat.
Well, parts of Texas.
Yeah, parts of Texas.
There's literally a part called the Hill Country.
It's not here.
No, fuck. Well, I mean, we have hills.
Hardly.
No, we don't have hills.
We don't have hills.
Not like the hill. Okay, Waco is flat. Waco is flat as shit.
Yeah.
Pendleton is hilly.
Yeah, that's
that's
fucking
fair.
mountains there, bud.
Yeah. Dude, one thing I was so cool about California is like when you get into California, it's like you're in the fucking Sahara Desert, like right there on Interstate 8. On the southern...
yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, well, when we were driving through it, and like it's like sand dunes and shit, and then you hit like all these mountains that are made out of giant boulders, and then you hit these massive pine trees, and then you come down the mountains, there's a fucking ocean like right there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's Lewis and Clark are like, I don't know how long we can be in this desert for. Oh my God, it just keeps fucking going.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, oh shit, an ocean.
Yeah. Oh, that was
Oh,
interesting.
guess we made it.
Yeah.
I really don't want to go back through that desert.
And then you're like, wow, California's really cool. And then it's like, hey, how much is gas? I don't know, like $3.85 a gallon.
Oh my God.
And you're like, get
yeah.
the fuck out of here.
When you got a 30-gallon tank.
Like, get me the fuck back to Texas where
Yeah.
it's like $2.15. I think in Mississippi it was like $2.08. Hey, if you are broke as fuck, move to Mississippi. Land is like $1,500 an acre for like undeveloped
Jesus.
rural land. It's like it's like living in like 1987.
Hell, last year in Texas, it was like $1.50 for fucking gas.
Yeah.
I came home and I was like, oh,
Oh,
this is amazing.
Can I like fill up tanks and just ship them to California real quick?
Please.
Well, like when we drove through Mississippi, like, you know, the pack of Camels here is like nearly $7. It's like $4.20 for like a pack of Camels. It's like $4.25 for cigarettes there.
Tobacco up north, completely.
California, it's like $8 a pack there right now. And it's
And-
about to be more since
Yeah.
maybe it'll be less since the year for military is 21 years now.
Yeah, entire United States is 21.
Yep.
Even military, which is, I don't know how they're going to enforce.
They
Every
got
single
grandfathered
motherfucker.
A lot of fucking people in.
Well, I believe that like you're grandfathered in. Like if you're 17 now and you turned 18, then it doesn't. Then you have to wait. But if you're like 20, you can still buy because that's what they did with beer and alcohol back in the day.
Yeah. That's the thing. In the military, it was $17 or 17.
Yeah.
Year of 17.
Really?
Yeah, you'd be 17 years old and buy tobacco.
No one checks your ID.
Yeah, you just show them the military and they're like, all right.
Dude, when I turned 21 and went to the liquor store, they didn't check my ID.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me that. I remember when you
Like the
actually
day,
turned
like on my
21.
birthday, I turned 21. I had to work later that day, but I went to the liquor store, bought a bottle of Dewar's Scotch. Then I went to the grocery store and I got a 6-pack of Newcastle.
Hell yeah.
And I got home and got fucking drunk.
Yep. 21 at 21st birthday, went to Walmart and got a 30 rack of fucking Coors Banquet.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
You ever tried 10 Cup whiskey?
I've seen it. I would like to have that on the show, but I haven't got around to it. Also, because it's a little more pricey. Like that's one of the three I'm holding out on is 10 Cup whiskey, Jameson Irish whiskey. I'm saving that, and then like Dewar's Blue Label, which is like the cut above. It's like a really good Scotch.
Yeah.
So I'm hanging on to that.
10 Cup's pretty good. It's
Or Dewar's Ancestor. That's really good
I
too.
guess you could say it's more stout than anything.
Really?
10 Cup is, yeah.
And it comes in like a cool ass bottle.
And you get a shot glass.
Yeah,
too,
and you
if
get a
it's
big ass
yeah.
tin cup. It's kind of neat. It's like their gimmick. I wish I hadn't done Old Crow so early, because I did like episode 3 or episode 2, and I would drink way too much Old Crow when I did that show.
Fuck anyone who says Old Crow isn't good.
First of all, Old Crow, like I know this is a Cap Morgan episode, but Old Crow, if you got $10 and you want to get hammered, Old Crow will get you there.
Absolutely delicious, too.
It's super sweet, like Giant Texas, super sweet. Captain Morgan, super fucking sweet. Cause like that's the problem that I have with rum is that you can drink so much of it because it tastes so fucking good, and you're like, oh, I can have another one, and then like you go like stand up because you got to take a shit or something, and you nearly fall over. One time I was drinking Captain Morgan by myself, watching regular show, because I'm an adult, I can do what I want, and I was drunk alone watching regular show. And there was like one of the episodes they kept like eating chicken wings, and I was like, I need to give me some chicken wings. But I've gotten to the point now to where I've had, and I know that this is a fun drinking show, but I myself do not condone drinking and then driving. Always have a DD. Be smart. Don't get killed. Or kill somebody else. I wouldn't live with myself if I killed somebody else.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. In our case, your career is pretty fucked if you get a DUI.
Didn't you have that? Pat? You had a guy in your platoon or something who he popped positive for marijuana.
No, this stupid motherfucker, this idiot, fucking drove on to Camp Pendleton and got stopped by, oh, wow, they have drug-sniffing dogs? Yeah, this motherfucker's trying to get marijuana into the fucking base.
Why?
While he's high.
Why wouldn't you just buy a pre-roll joint at a fucking dispensary, chill out? Like, you could smoke that literally anywhere in California. You could, like, went out to the bar patio, got a beer, smoke your pre-roll joint, and then just, like...
Fucking idiot. And now he's in the brig.
Yeah, what a fucking retard.
And this motherfucker, like, right before he went in to the brig, he's fucking, like, coked out. He's like, I'm not going to the brig sober, dude. And he's, like, on acid, cocaine, fucking Xanny, whatever the fuck he can get his hands on. Anything and everything.
He does not give a fuck about his life.
Absolutely not.
At the point when you get caught, if you're going to the brig, might as well just go all in.
Yeah, because I mean, you're fucked either way, right?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do to save it.
Fuck that shit.
Zero toleration on drugs.
So does he go, like, to military prison?
Yeah, the brig.
Yeah. How long is he in there for?
The rest of his contract?
Really?
No, they actually... Okay, so for the Marine Corps, they came out with a new order, and it's... If you go to the brig, they freeze your time and grade, which is your contract. So as soon as you get out of the brig, you still have 2 years left or whatever, however many times you have left. Yeah.
So, like, you have to serve your sentence and then stick you go. Yeah, because they fucking own your ass.
Which I have no clue how long the sentence is for that.
Well, I don't think you want to find out.
No, I really don't. I don't plan on it.
See, like, it sucks because, like, you're stationed in California where, like, state-wise, like, marijuana, completely recreational, you can get it, but, like, federally. So this is what I would do. I would just, like, before y'all leave California, like, for good, I would buy a shitload of weed and just, like, get it back somehow.
Until you get hit with that fucking drug trafficking charge. Smuggling on the airplane.
Dude, you would be surprised. Not that I did this, but you would be surprised in California how many fucking people go up there and, like, legally buy weed or, like, a distributor between different stores and stuff. Like, they buy it from the farms and they drive it wherever. You'd be surprised how many of those fucking people buy it and then just head right to DFW. You would be so fun. Like, all you have to do is just drive the speed limit. There's no way that they're going to pull over every single car.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it makes sense. Like logistically speaking, it's not worth an officer's time to just randomly pull people over because he thinks that they might be carrying weed. Just go 400. Just go like 4 or 5 miles an hour under the speed limit. Just drive 70 the whole way.
Well, the thing is, when you're in the city and you're downtown or whatever the fuck, it's always loud as fuck. Mm-hmm. It always smells like weed, no matter where you go.
Especially in Little Italy.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Little Italy is an amazing place to go. Crazy bomb food.
They got great pizza and shit?
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of pizza, fucking...
Top it off?
Top it off.
Oh, my God. Okay, if you... I've probably said this more than once on this show. I don't give a shit. If you live in the Tyler area, like East Texas, and you are not eating at Top It Off Pizza...
Fuck you.
Yeah, you need to fucking go.
wrong.
You get like $11 together. You get yourself a personal pie. A dude from Long Island is going to make that shit with a mustache. It's going to be good as shit.
Best pizza you'll ever have because you live in Texas and your life is sad.
By the way, Pat's from Connecticut, fucking Yankee. And yeah, fuck Connecticut. Fucking little piss stream ass state.
Whatever, bud.
It's like the size of like Smith County.
Get out of this when you fucking win a civil war, pussy.
Okay, we didn't have any weapons back then.
Also, Texas beat Mexico, so like that's got to count for something.
Ooh.
Okay, back in 1830, whatever, I'm drunk, whatever it was, 1835, because we became a state in 1845. We fucking beat the Mexicans. They were the best army on this side of the Atlantic. No bullshit. Mexico could have beat U.S. in 1840. Guaranteed. The only reason why the North won is because they had more people. It's the only fucking and because they had way more cannon foundries. It's the only fucking reason why North won.
And then the Marines came in.
Maybe you should have
From the halls of Montezuma
to the shores of Tripoli.
Fuck.
Dude, so
With your fucking gay ass other military cadences. Fucking.
hey, my dad was in the Army. I like the Army song.
I forget which one.
Fucking gay.
And the army goes rolling along.
Bum, 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 bum.
I was so for my schoolhouse. I was stationed at Fort Benning, which is where they do all
Fort
the
Benning, Georgia.
it's where they do all the stupid recruit stuff for the army. And those boys are some of the most annoying things you've ever seen. They sit there and they go like when they'll for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, the drill house can be like, "Chow formation," and then all those motherfuckers scream it back, "Chow formation."
Dude, okay, so my dad was in the Army in 1986 through 1989. So 3 years. That's because back then in the Army, because the Marines you got to do 4 because they spend a lot more money on y'all. And being in the Army, he was an engineer, and he was stationed in South Alabama. It was like Fort Rucker, something like middle of butt fucking nowhere, right? But he did his basic at Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Fort Lost in the Woods.
Yeah, and he also did a lot of time over at Benning as well. And he said, man, back then the Army was a lot different than what it is now. He's like, granted, there's a lot of stupid motherfuckers in the Army, like there is now. But, you know, he was like, but he was 22 when he joined. So he like had like a little bit of world experience and like understood how, but he was like in there with a bunch of 17 and 18-year-olds. They're like shitting their fucking pants. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you are, because like y'all are probably like getting like in your platoon, in your squad, there's like a bunch of fucking 18-year-olds you think they're hot shit, so they're fucking Marine, and they're like essentially a high school dropout.
Yeah. Corporals or sergeants who are younger than me, and they're like, "Oh, all I know is the Marine Corps.
Yeah, all I know is the Corps.
You don't know
Fuck you,
anything."
It's like, dude, like I ordered a beer at a bar. You've never done that. You can go fuck yourself. Like one of our buddies is a big fan. Like we were talking about how the United States, like as a country, as a society, like we like suck the dick of like not veterans. How it's like, oh, it's fucking Veterans Day, you better thank a veteran. Like they didn't do shit. They worked on tanks that other dumbasses broke.
Thank me for my service, faggot.
Yeah, you better give my 10% discount. My dad got that on his...
Oh, my God.
My dad got that on his ID, which is great. So when he goes to Lowe's, because he's been doing a lot of home improvement, he gets 10% off. He's probably saved a couple $100 because he's bought so much shit from him. But one time there was a store that like didn't, like, oh, I'm sorry, like we only do it for active. And he was like, oh, I guess all that was for nothing.
Oh, yeah.
They're some of the most pretentious, obnoxious assholes you'll ever meet.
What, like veterans that didn't do shit?
Yeah.
Well, see, and that's why I have a lot of respect for veterans that did shit. And even the ones that didn't, I still hold like, hey, man, you did something I didn't do because I went to school and wanted to make something out of myself. That's beside the point. But even then, like, you know, when they would do like, oh, if you were in the armed forces, go ahead and stand up. My dad's like, because like he only does about half the time because one time he had stood up and there was a guy like a row in front of him who had like a Vietnam hat and he had like all these medals and shit, and he was like, I don't even like I fucking worked. I drove a truck and like did plumbing for the Army in South Alabama. That guy killed people. Like, yeah. I can't even fucking compare to what the country asked for him to do for what I did. You know, granted, he could have been, theoretically, I could have served, you know, but he didn't. You know, and I swear to God, it's the fucking reservists that are the worst.
Oh, semper sometimes, boys.
The fucking Friday fighters, I swear to God. They're
Weekend warriors.
Well, and like, I love how people are like, oh, it's like a lot safer if you're like in the reserves. You don't actually call that. No, you're the first fucking regiment to go out. Because they're like, oh, dude, send the reserves. They're expendable to shit. Like, we're not going to send the guys that we spend a bunch of money on training. We're going to send all the guys that don't know shit. We're going to feel out those fucking Hajis, see how good they are.
And they don't know how the fleet works. And they just get thrown into the fire.
Oh, God. Like being a reservist is like basically, like, you get half fucked, like, when you're not, but you get, like, double fucked when, like, you are.
Yeah.
Like, being... Like, granted, we probably won't fight, like, a true conventional war against, like, another superpower. because of nuclear weapons, but that's beside the point.
Well, everyone was getting real excited on, when they sent those 100 Marines over into
Didn't they boost
Iran.
like a couple thousand?
So they'd sent 100 through with Apaches, and
Damn.
they landed on the compound and shit. And I'm pretty sure they were slated to have 4,000 go out there afterwards.
Dude, what if we just like straight up invaded Iran? Like, what if we did that though?
We could do it.
Like, we could just fucking take that shit over and just make it our colony, and like Anglicicize them and like give them like jeans and shit, like jeans and like Bud Light. Like, you like football now?
Wow,
fucking go Cowboys, go Giants!
This Western civilization stuff is pretty good.
Yeah, it's like fucking Raiders, man. Look at them fucking play.
I don't have to fuck my goat anymore. Pornhub.com. What is this?
Damn, they're showing more than their ankle. Oh, God. Fuck porn, though. Like, on God, like, porn's fucking terrible. By the way, Pat has been wearing the shirt that says "Porn Kills Love" on it.
It is the most comfortable shirt you will ever wear in your life.
Like, but like, honestly, though, like, fuck porn. Like, it's terrible.
It really is.
Like, it's bad for you as, like, the viewer. It's bad for the people who were in it. Especially, like, I feel bad for like a lot of the girls. Like, oh, we're just gonna do a photo shoot. We're gonna do some risque pics. And like, oh, well, by risque pics, you meant like you gaggling like 14 cocks.
Yeah.
And like, do you want your fucking money, you slut? Like, what? No. And they're like 18 and impressionable.
Yeah. And they just it's pretty much like when you're not known, even when you are known, it's more akin to probably like a pimp in his fucking whores.
Yeah.
You have no say because you're out there trying to make money, trying to make a name for themselves, and all these motherfuckers are like, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do with you to make money.
Yeah, which is why, like, if I ever got the money together, I'd make a porn site and call it Wholesome Porn.
Ryan Creamer.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
I don't know, like, it's like, granted, like, there's clearly a market for it, but like, if I was ever like a pornographer, I would want the actors, even like in a lot of male actors, like, I don't really want to fuck her because it's like I'm just not really into like licking the shit out of her asshole. Like, I'm not really into that. So it's like but you gotta fucking do it. I would want it to make it to where like the quote unquote actors would have like a lot of power in that.
Yeah. Unionize the porn
dude, yeah,
stars.
honestly, dude, like, porn stars should fucking unionize. Like, we're not gonna make it, like, because like there's so much porn out there. Like we could stop making porn today, and if you and I just like, or the three of us just like sat down and like watched all these different porn, we would be dead before we ran out of new porn to watch.
Yeah. Well, I think that a big issue with it is, teenagers growing up and shit, and that's all they watch, and then they start getting into actually doing
like
stuff.
having sex or like talking to women.
Yeah, and they have all these expectations. Like, dudes are like, man, I wish I had a bigger dick, or I'm gonna try this crazy new thing because they like it. And then girls are like, man, I'm horrible at this because I can't deep throat a 12-inch cock. Like
5-inch
like
cock.
No, honey, just you do you. And it's a lot higher expectations for things that really shouldn't be set that high.
No, not at all. Because, like, sex with me, terrible. Just don't do it. But
a whole lot of hair, a whole lot of grunting.
Yeah, a lot of grunting.
You might get your side of it, but you don't.
There's like a 4% chance I'm going to throw my back out. Especially like if I'm on bottom doing the work, I might throw my back out.
If you're on bottom, why are you doing the work?
Because I know what I want.
It's all about the bush with Dan.
I'm not against it. So, ladies, if you're hearing.
I like hair, not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, okay, not like completely I don't want a privacy hedge.
Yeah.
But, like a little like, oh yeah, you're a consenting adult too. Like that level of, I'm just saying.
I really don't want to have sex with a baby's ass.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'd like for my stuff to look like it's of age.
Yeah, I would say that, but I have such a small peen, it doesn't really matter.
You gotta like peel back the layers of ass to get your dick in there, huh?
I do have a wagon. It's like the thing I got going for me. I'm bald, but I have a wagon. Oh, well. Well, we've hit the hour mark, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Because for one episode, we got mostly through without talking about dicks and tits. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Is there anything that y'all want to say to the viewers signing off here?
Rangers lead the way.
Fly high.
Go
Navy.
Before we leave, what's y'all's ranks?
Lance Corporal.
Also, I have to, apparently now, I have to, by order, this does not reflect anything the Marine Corps has anything to do with. My ideas are personally my own.
Hoorah.
Okay, I'm glad that we got that taken care of. I think that we spoke pretty favorably of the armed forces. A lot of them are dumbasses, but we need them. We need those guys out there to get oil for our country. But all that being said, once again, we had Captain Morgan Black Spiced Rum. It's right next to Captain Morgan at your liquor store. It's really good. If you want to go out on a limb and get something a little different than your regular rum, this is definitely something to go for. You could drink it neat. You can mix it with something. It would probably taste great with something creamy, whether that be Bailey's, eggnog, or semen. That's up to you. Once again, it's only $20, so you're not losing a whole lot in terms of the liquor game. If you have any topics or anything you'd like to write into the show, you can email us at whiskydanradio@gmail.com. That can be for topics of future shows, or if you'd like to be on the show, you can always talk to me. I'm usually at Open Mic Night at Yamato. You can check us out there. Meet up with me then. If not, I hope you enjoyed the show, and we are signing off now. Thank you.
Sit on my face, 'cause I ain't too picky.
Ride my... No. What is it?
Ride my mouth till your
fucked it up.
pussy's sticky.
Ugh.
Ow.
That's
Ow,
nasty.
ow.
That's nasty.
Ow.
Ow, ow,
You're way too close to the mic.
Penis!
It flowed. Cock! It flowed.